Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everybody. Today is October 1st, 2015, for the Environmental Conservation Board. We have an agenda that we're going to go through. All members are in attendance. First application is Dudishin Construction, 31 Tamarack Road. This is not, let's see, is it?
Center.
You have to stand over there.
Right here?
Yep, that's fine. Okay, you want to remove and construct a new deck.
Yes, and there's 2 trees also in the back. And the last time you told me to include the boathouse as part of that too. And the boathouse, it was just roofing and siding.
How many drawings did you supply us with?
Originally, I had 4 today, and I brought another 4. I had my architect come in this afternoon and give you 4. But the RAX ones are the current ones. Because I had an engineer come out and do calculations, make sure everything was correct.
Okay,
Just back up a second. Did you do the walkway that you last time you were here?
No, I haven't touched the walkway.
How about the house?
As far as the outside goes,
Right.
I just put windows in on the outside.
Okay. Since the last, but we had discussed doing in the front walkway.
Yes, I just didn't have that time, to be honest with you,
Okay.
to do that.
I'm just trying to see where we are.
Yeah, so the walkway there is presently still there, but it's really in despair.
Right, you said
So-
that last time.
And when I opened it up, we found some nice stones there, but what I did was I moved everything back into the walkway, so there is no erosion there whatsoever, but just a bumpy walkway.
okay, for the record, there is a deed in the file. There is an application in the file.
I have another copy of the deed if you don't have it there too.
Now, I need a, right off the bat, you're supposed to put on the drawings, all work was supposed to be done by handwork. That's not here.
All work as far as the walkways
All the
go?
work that's done over here is gonna be done by hand, which we had asked you to do.
All right, I
'Cause
would,
now you, before you,
all right.
let me finish.
Okay.
The way it appears to me right now is you're gonna be putting in a Coltech recharger, and is that gonna be installed over here?
No.
Where is that? It's
In the
over
front,
there? And
out of
how
the-
are you going to do that?
Well, it's out of the 100-foot buffer. If you want me to do it by hand, I'll do it by hand.
Well,
I was trying to,
here's the issues, okay, right now.
okay,
And we'll just go through it, and it's gotta be done correctly. Okay? First of all, if you're gonna be excavating for that Coltech system, let's start up at the 100-foot buffer.
okay,
You're gonna be excavating for the Coltech system about, almost 4 feet down by whatever the distance is over here. So you're gonna have a machine, right? So at a minimum, you're gonna be required to put silt fence from the property line to the property to prevent any runoff from going down
okay.
here. So you need to show, this is at the Coltech. Show silt fence between Coltech,
That's a stone hedge to the left if you're looking at the house on the
Excuse
property
me?
line? Is this a stone hedge out here?
Yes.
Okay. You may want to just wrap this in.
Okay, you also
silt
need
fence
to-
design, you want to wrap it in.
Okay.
The 100-foot marker, is that
It's not-
shown here?
no.
There's no 100-foot marker.
You have to
We
show-
discussed this
Number one,
last
yeah,
time.
that needs to be
Yeah.
on the
There
plan.
was a 100-foot mark.
It's not on the plan, on this
Is
plan.
there a prior plan that I had, but it's basically 8 feet in front of the house. I thought
Again, we went over, last time you were here, and I'm really not trying to, you know, we hand wrote that in here that day, so you're giving me a plan. We're gonna go through the plan that's been presented to us.
Okay.
I'm
The only reason,
not going fishing. So
not a problem.
so you have to show the 100-foot marker on all plans submitted. 3, you need to provide a spill kit. Spill kit for refueling. You need to provide a fueling plan. And you need to show the location of the fueling plan. Okay? That just takes care of the Caltech. Actually, the Caltech also, you need to show me the size of the piping you're picking up from the roof gutters to the Caltech, how you're feeding that. And I have the cross cut of the Caltech system, which is fine, but you need to show me the size of the pipes and the burial, you know, the pipes, more or less, what you're using to pick up the gutters from there. Show type and size of pipe.
Do we say anything about construction sequence?
That's number 7. And a construction sequence. Okay, so that takes care of the Caltech. Does anybody else have any comments on the Caltech system? Okay, let's move our way down. So down here, you're not doing any work. That's along what's the,
It's within the 100 feet, yes.
this direction here. This
That's
is-
going down, you're sort of going west there.
On the west side of the house, you're not doing anything. And then we get down to the lake, you're showing yourself off about 23 feet off the bulkhead of the lake where you're gonna construct the deck. So now we'll go through the deck. So now,
Actually, that's the bulkhead right down here.
okay, so the bulkhead is
Further
20,
right down here is the edge. This is a wood dock that's in the water. This is a rock wall representing the bulkhead.
okay. Do you have, this is not silt fence, is it just plot lines? As you're doing your work here for your footings,
I just want to let you know what's going down over here. We have 2 walkways. One that splits right here that goes to the front door.
Right.
One that splits going around. This whole thing here is concrete, stone,
right,
breaking
you
up.
wanna break it up.
There's another slate patio here, in really big despair. I don't need it, but if the board wanted it removed for a planting or something, I have no problem with it.
Okay,
And also coming down in here, this is stone patio, it's a slate patio, it's in pretty good shape. And then there's like a 2-foot wall above it.
hear me out. Okay, and I explained this to you the last time you were here. I can only review what is we, as a board, can only review what's put in front of us. So the only things that I'm seeing right now that you're putting in new is the Caltech and the deck. Everything else is out of play at this moment because you're not showing me a sequence of work or what you're working on.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna, as a board, you know, I'm giving you guidelines on what we're looking for the Caltech and moving forward. But, you know, this is not a, you know, we're not here to do plan review as an engineer. We're here to look at an application and make sure it meets the current guidelines of the code. There's, you know, and you know from the last time we spoke to you, we wanted a silt fence along here. If you're gonna do any work from the front of the house down, we wanted a silt fence. You show the floating boom. I don't know what you're doing for your wood dock or your boathouse. There's no description of work.
Okay.
So, as it is right now, I'm gonna make a motion to the board.
One other question I have, where's the septic system? Is it on
In the
that?
front,
In the front?
Where?
right in here.
You need to show the septic system on the property.
This is town water too, right?
No, it's well water.
It's well?
Show the well.
You gotta show the well too.
Okay.
You propose taking off that slate patio, do the calculations on that square
Yeah,
footage.
because right now, your runoff
On your
calculation.
sequence.
Yeah, your impervious area is 354 square feet. And that just shows the area for the Coltech, and the deck and the stairs are 722. So you're looking at a total of 376 feet, which is to the Coltex units, but you're only, the deck and the stairs is calculating as 722 square feet, which, you know, again, I'm not,
Well, underneath the deck, there's impervious surfaces where there's cement.
well, it's not that impervious surfaces that we're worried about, it's about the deck area that we're worried about.
I
as
just say,
far as-
where the deck isn't right now, there's patios and cement.
Okay, are you gonna break that up, or are you gonna leave it?
I was gonna leave it.
Okay. You need to provide us a sequence of work. For all work,
Okay.
all right? And as many details as you can.
Here's a picture just going down the side of the property.
Show the total disturbance that you have for this
Yeah.
project somewhere.
Right.
Bold it out. This is the total disturbance for the job.
Okay.
What's this
That's
so
the patio
orange? Is
around
that
here.
just
It
that's
was-
just a photograph?
Yeah, because it
Okay.
came out of an iPhone, and
Okay.
the picture didn't come out that great.
This is this right here, correct?
That's that right there. One time I talked, sorry.
Sorry.
And I'm not doing anything with this right now, but we
This-
talked
we can't
about
accept this.
redoing this walkway because it's falling apart. The last time
I'm
the
not
board said I
good
could go to the house,
either.
and that was it. I haven't
Right.
even done that. I
Right.
haven't had time to do it, to be honest with you.
Does anybody on the board have anything else they would like to bring up?
I'd like to start with the question. The application that I see says, application to remove and construct a new deck.
So,
So are we looking to grant an application for a deck or additional work? Because if it's additional work, I agree
There's-
with Bob, I don't know what we're doing.
I'm gonna butcher your name again, but I'm sorry.
Dudashen.
Mr. Dudashen was here last meeting, and, because he was issued a stop work order, or something like that, to make repairs to his home. And part of that is he wants to do some site work, he wants to build a deck, then it evolved into doing a walkway, then it evolved into doing some dock work, and then it evolved into doing some work on the boathouse. So at that last meeting, the only thing we granted him permission to do was to do the siding on the house, do that work in the house itself, nothing outside the house. Like, he could do siding, he could
Things
do
that don't require
windows.
our permit anyway.
Right, things that don't require our
Renovation work.
purview. And we issued him a letter of permission. And with the understanding that he was gonna come back with a complete set of plans for the remaining work that he wants to do.
Right.
Last time, we had a survey that wasn't of this caliber. But again, we have something now with a little more information on it, but there's no details. It's, I'm an engineer, and it's a great drawing, it's a nice rendition, but there's no meat in
Well, I apologize, it was the last minute when my engineer came down here
No,
tonight.
no, listen, I'm just telling you right now, as this is right now, I'm gonna make a motion to the board.
Wait, I like have a couple more questions.
Go ahead.
The boathouse, okay, is this where the boathouse is gonna be?
It's there right now.
Okay, aren't you gonna do something with the boathouse?
The only thing I wanted to do
Because you
was,
said something earlier.
I wanted to do the roof and the siding, but I can wait with everything else. It's really the bottom
That's
of my
gonna
ladder.
require as part of the permit. That's gonna be,
It's
because
the
you,
last thing on my list, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
You
well,
might
so
as well
you're
put it
gonna
on
be
the
here-
We
application
discussed this
now.
before, make it a part of this application.
The last time I thought we did.
No, I thought you did, you have to submit it, that's what Bob is saying, okay? We're helping, we're trying to comment on your plan, but it doesn't relieve you of the obligation to submit stuff.
All right. I thought the
Okay.
last time it was submitted when we.
no, the only thing you submitted last time, the only thing that we gave you permission to do the last time was we gave you a letter of
So
permission.
new submittal letter.
The only
mentioning all
thing-
these things.
Right.
The only thing we gave
Everything.
you
You have to
was,
tell us exactly.
Yeah.
Walkway, patio, deck.
Misunderstanding.
yeah, your permit, letter of permission,
Boathouse.
the letter of permission, excuse me, the letter of permission we issued you was for replaced windows, siding, roofing will be repaired. Walkway in front of the house will be repaired because that was outside the 100-foot buffer. Paint where needed on exterior of house, no heavy equipment to be within 100 feet of the buffer, and maintain the silt fence at the lower. And you signed this. So that's the only thing you're allowed to do at this moment in time.
That's fine.
Does any work have to be done on the wood deck that's out here?
The structural framing is fine.
Well, if you're gonna plan, I'm just gonna say, I'm asking that because if you're planning on any work, put it into your application, okay? So we have a full application, everything that you're gonna be doing.
Okay, well, once I get this list, I'll bring it back to the architect and the engineer.
Okay, well, not everything's gonna be on the list, like, maybe what I just said won't be on the list but I'm just
You're
saying.
taking notes, right?
Well,
No,
probably.
Let-
No, but I know you got this, it'd be more organized the next time
Yeah.
around, I'm sorry.
Well, as it is right now, we cannot accept this application as is, and go back to the drawing board.
As a
I mean,
bottom
that's
line,
as simple
everything
as
you're
I
gonna
can
do
put
has
it.
to be on the plan, okay?
Okay.
And that's only for your benefit too, okay?
Whether it's on one plan and it takes another page.
If you give me 400 plans showing what you want to do, I don't have a problem with it, as long as it has the details.
Okay.
We're trying to make it less than 400.
Yeah, because the way this works is, after we accept the application, that application goes in the file, and there's a public notice put out for 30 days. That means anybody in your neighborhood can come and view these drawings. And those drawings have to be a recipe to show anybody who wants to look at this, what's being done and how it's being done. And these, what you submitted right now, are not.
Okay,
All right?
thank you very much.
Thank you. You want your picture back? You want to put it in the file?
In the file.
Keep it in the file. Got those drawings, guys?
Thank
All
you.
right?
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll talk later. Okay. Next, Joseph Baselli, 859 South Lake Boulevard? Beasley, I'm sorry.
Come on up. Come on up.
Come on up. See, I was gonna do that first, but I thought I was wrong. Could you please state your name and what you're here for?
I'm Thomas Casey, and I'm representing Joseph and Karen Baisley in this application.
Okay, and what do we want to do?
Want to get approvals to build a deck on a vacant property on the lake.
Okay, is there a deed in here?
There is a deed in there.
Yes, there is a deed. Everybody, there's a deed. And there's a site plan. Survey. Okay. Okay. Okay, I gotta get another sheet of paper.
Well, this way,
I don't have
what's
any.
there right now?
It's just a vacant piece of property.
Just just vacant?
just
right now.
small.
Okay, so all of this is brand new?
Brand new.
Okay, thank you,
There's nothing there at all.
okay.
Oh, I know where this is.
On South Lake? Which side of the lake is it on?
That's 6 N.
6 cents,
South side,
Yeah.
okay.
Just before Ferry Island.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You must have heard that, what was said about equipment on there. You are gonna use
He has a
it.
note.
No, I have a note on there. There's not going to be any
Okay.
heavy equipment at all, just hand tools, hand equipment.
All right, all right, right off the bat, okay? Just looking at your plans right now, is there, you, and I know it's just semantics, you have to show the 100-foot buffer.
Okay?
The other thing is, see, the problem I have is you're showing two layers of silt fence
Right.
right here, okay, which is perfect. I need to have a detail of the silt fence.
Okay?
It has to be a double wire backed silt fence. It's typical standard fence.
The lot,
Wire back,
the depth of the lot is about, what, 36 feet?
It's about 40, on one end, it's about 47 feet, and the other end, it's about
He doesn't have
38.
with the wetlands.
No, I
He's-
know, but it's just, there has to be a note on there, with
Right,
work
that's
within the
fine,
100-foot
that's fine.
buffer.
There's no-
Now, the other, I see what you have here with the boat dock, but my problem that I have is this. If you look at your, drawing, maybe, I can see in here you have cuts of the deck and the foundations. And it appears that you're gonna be putting, is this the lake? This is the high water mark. Is this being put in the water?
That's being put on the property.
It's not going in the water.
Well, if you look
It
at
look-
the,
looks
if you
like
look
a
at the survey right here, the shoreline comes into the property
Okay,
there.
all right, so on the survey, you need to show the location of the deck. You
Overhead.
have to draw,
We need a plan view of
we
what's
need a
there.
plan
It's
view.
not gonna overhang the water, it's not gonna go past.
Doesn't-
the
doesn't
water.
It's
matter, we
gonna
still
be,
need it.
it's gonna be on the I need to see where it is on this parcel.
Okay.
Are you putting it in the dead center? I need to see the layout of the
There's a
deck.
set of building plans in there with
I
it on there.
understand, I see that you have a set of plans on here for the construction of it, but then the other side of this is as follows. You're within the 100-foot buffer, you need to give me the total square footage of the deck that you're installing, because you have to mitigate for the impervious surface.
Okay,
So you may have to put a rain guard, your name again?
Tom,
Tom, my whole point of this is, if you show me here that your deck is going here, just for an example, and that deck is 100 square feet, that's 100 square feet of impervious surface, plus you have the post holes, which is considered disturbance. So the post holes plus the impervious surface equals 125, okay? Then you have to mitigate 125 square feet for that deck, either through a rain garden or a Cultex, we're not gonna call Cultex, a rain garden. And we have an there's examples upstairs with rows on what we want for rain gardens. And you have to calculate the area of disturbance and impervious, that comes out to a number, and then that number translates into
Area for the
an
rain.
area of mitigation. So I need
Okay.
to see the calcs for the disturbance. Disturbance and impervious surface with rain garden details. Now, on the rain garden, I think Rose also Rose is the town, office secretary, so if I'm talking to everybody here about Rose, that's who I'm talking about. She will have copies, details of silt fence for you, and we have a pamphlet regarding, plantings and rain gardens. Okay, it's a nice, it's a a nice feature to it, but what it does is it offsets what you're doing to the lake
Okay.
to impervious surfaces. Now, you're not using any equipment, which is what you say on your, see, because the way I look at this drawing right here, and again, you're also showing a unilock retaining wall. I need to see where that is going to.
that's on the,
It's got to be shown on the plan.
It's gonna be shown on the plan. I need a
it's
plan
shown on
view.
one of the plans there.
No, it's got to be shown on the plan, the site plan. So we have to see the work.
Overhead.
View. Plan view.
Put it in perspective. That deck looks about 18 by 24 you're proposing?
Yes,
So you got 430 some odd feet there,
432.
and the
I mean, you
footings?
got a good start here. I mean, if it's any
Wall.
consolation, it's just that we need, and I kind of need to know what you're doing, what's the PVC pipe sediment control?
Right, yeah.
Well,
What is that?
Yeah. I
that's
was
going to
wondering.
be a section of PVC pipe that I'm going to put in the water, because the 4 footing's going to go right here in the water. I'm going to put that in the water to dig my footing holes without letting anything go into the
Okay.
lake.
Here's all right, so this is the shoreline, right? Is there a bulkhead here, or you're digging in the
There's
water?
no bulk out of the water, the grade goes right into the water.
Right,
It's almost
okay.
like a beach.
You're gonna need to show a boom detail.
Yeah, yeah, a floating boom.
Yeah, because of the work, putting in the piers and et cetera, like, you're gonna have to put a boom out there. And then the dock will have to be hooked on later.
Yep. So,
Your cross-section here shows that you're right at the water line. Actually, it looks like you're in the water on this little cross-section, but we won't, not worried about that.
but again, you have, you have right here, it shows 1, 2, 3, 3 columns, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so you have 9, 18 inches diameter, or
12.
12, so that's whatever that area is, plus the deck, 22 by 24, so I mean, it all adds up to something. And then you gotta show, you have, I won't draw it, but you have to show a boom out here while you're working close to the water, floating boom. And,
Now, that dock is existing.
how about just put the word here, eggs?
Oh, it's existing, okay.
That's an existing dock, and
That
we're
word
leaving that
existing.
just where it is.
Just put existing on that, please.
Yeah.
This way you don't get,
Existing.
there it is.
It says
Is
existing.
there an existing deck there?
No, there's a.
Dock.
No, just the deck.
Just the dock, not the deck?
He's got pictures in the back, you could take a look.
Yeah. 'Cause this
What is that
drawing's
dock
old.
fastened to there, Tom?
Drawing's old.
It's just setting on cribbing.
Okay.
I see this. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
all right, so, I mean, that's, you gotta start.
One other thing, you have like a list of what you intend to do. It almost sounds like.
Sequence of
short
work.
Sequence of work, but make sure you have a complete sequence of work now, because we've probably added a few more things in there.
All right,
Construction sequence.
here's a letter of.
Yeah, right. Here's a sequence. He has most of it there, but we've changed a few things, so we want to make sure that's complete.
And you also have, I mean, these two
I see a picture of
marginal,
that.
right? That's just marginal, those two things.
Oh, yeah.
But that's it. You guys have an idea of what we need, and that'll be fine. Yeah, the picture it has on Google was,
Oh, yeah.
it shows an old a deck there, but it's gone.
It's going, okay.
All
You're not
right.
going to do anything to the dock. 'Cause now is the time to tell us. You're going to do something to the dock. Okay, yeah. Because, because you may have to come back if you start doing something with the dock again. So if you want to include it now, include it now.
Yeah, anything you're
It's
doing?
not, it's not going to make our job or your job
All right,
any
so
different.
at a minimum right now, you have to show the 100-foot buffer or a statement that you're within the 100-foot buffer, double wire back silt fence, calcs for disturbance, impervious surface with rain garden details. Show a plan view outlining the deck, the retaining wall, whatever you're putting there. Show a floating boom, give a sequence of work. You have you have a statement on here, I believe, no equipment is gonna be used.
Right.
That should be on the plan.
It is,
It is.
it is.
It's handwritten in, though, at this point.
Well, everything's handwritten in. It's the this is the way the old school you do it. You handwrite it in. And then,
Zinc.
and that's, I think, is that it? Anybody else have anything? We covered all? All right, so just get that stuff in. We'll get it here for next meeting, and we'll go through it. All right?
Very good.
Thanks.
Thank
Nice
you
to
very
meet you.
much. Same here.
I have my,
Do we need any motions regarding this?
no, we're not, well.
No action taken.
No action taken. That's it, except for Anthony. She was always the last one to hand in. Okay. Gonna be ready. There's a novel tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay, Wagner Millwork LLC, Corbelli. I got one name right today. 169 Barrett Hill Road, tree cutting permit. Please state your name and tell us why you're here.
I'm Claude Steele, I'm a forester with Wagner Millwork. Jordan Heller was the forester that did all the paperwork here, and he's not available, so I had to fill in for him. And we're proposing to do a timber harvest on this property, Clark Valley. I've got a couple of copies of it there.
Okay.
Has there been a timber harvest on this property before?
There has been, it's been many years.
years, okay.
Yeah,
Basically, it's
Okay,
just
right.
treed area right now. Huh?
yes,
There's no structures or anything involved?
no structures
No
at all.
roads involved?
Okay.
There's just trails on the property.
We need a, right off the bat, we need an inventory of the trees you're gonna be cutting down.
Okay, we did
I
submit
need to
that.
know the number of, wait a minute,
So that needs to go on the map, you mean, or?
hold on. I just found the file. All right, just for the board's reference, note from Klotzel, who's our town wetland inspector, I reviewed the above reference logging application, it has the following comments. I believe the tree species list should be identified by their Latin names as well as their common names like hard and soft maple, as these can cause confusion. I would prefer that the logging information be presented on a USGS topo, if possible, but in either case, the PDF map is hard to read and should be submitted at least 2 by 3 foot hard copy with copies for myself, the ECB, and our consultant. The wetland boundary should be delineated and flagged in the field for inspection, if not already done. Has it been wetland inspected?
It hasn't been inspected, but I have flagged it.
Okay, so then,
I
So that-
flagged it, and
so then we're gonna have the wetlands inspector go out, you're gonna have to call up the office tomorrow. Excuse me, could you, take, either, you can take it outside if you wanna chit chat.
When was it flagged? How currently was the flagging done?
last week.
This week?
Okay, so right off the bat, we have to get Klotzel out there to, you're gonna have to set up a meeting with the office to go have the wetlands inspector meet you out there and verify all of the flagging.
What is the source of this plan right here? Is that from the county?
Yes.
Okay. So you haven't done any survey out there or anything like that? You haven't survey located the wetlands or anything
Okay,
like
this
that?
is,
No.
all right,
The
this is,
wetlands are very obvious where they are because the slope goes down, and when you hit the bottom of the slope, then it's the wetland.
okay, your map has to be a little more detailed. It has to be, you have to show the wetlands on the map.
They're already on there.
It is.
That's this?
Yep.
Okay. Well, okay, what I'm looking at here is a plot plan, okay? I am not looking at a map. That is a drawing. This is a plot plan that you took from the county with tax lots and parcels, which I don't have a problem with, but it has to be detailed, okay? If this is the wetlands, to me, it just, it's not. So you need to give me a detailed map. We also need to see your access road of how you're getting in here to harvest the trees in and out. And we did that the last time.
Is the blue line your intended working
Yes.
roadway? And the access is
Skid
the
roads,
yellow over
yes.
here?
Yeah. The access road is very short because the landing area is the yellow. I know there's a lot of information on here, but there is a key for everything.
Okay, the access, we need detail on the access. We
Yep.
want to, because we want to make sure
But
nothing
you're gonna have a
goes
staging
out
area.
into the
You're gonna
street
have
and whatever.
you're
Yep.
gonna build a gravel area, a landing
Right.
area, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta give us details on that.
How detailed? Like how thick and how
Little
big?
pad over here, we're gonna excavate, put a gravel pad here, whatever, 12 by 20, whatever the number is.
Okay.
That's for you to determine.
Is-
We also need to have an off-site fueling plan. You also have to have a spill kit, show the spill kit on site. Off-site fueling, or how you're fueling plan.
You have a staging area that you're gonna
Show
have
the
there?
staging
Yeah,
area.
the yellow is the landing
Yellow
area
is
where
the
the logs
staging.
are gonna be piled.
You have a silt fence installed down there?
Silt fence in front of the,
Oh,
front of the
that's,
wetlands.
Yeah,
I mean, we can do that.
Yeah, because you're gonna be cutting trees. What about
Brush
the
cutting?
stumps? What do you just leave the stumps?
Yeah, the stumps
Usually
stay in the
stumps, okay.
woods. It'd make a lot more disturbance to pull the
Oh,
stumps
no, no,
out.
I'm not suggesting you pull this on, I'm just
You
asking
need to
whether you're
put
gonna
that
do that.
on
I'm
the
not
plan
asking
if
you
the
to do.
stumps are remaining, and I need a tree count.
Well, he's
There's no
gonna have,
tree count.
he's gonna give an image.
Yeah, the tree count's in the file.
Sorry, should be there.
I did not. maybe
You're gonna
it's-
have me running,
maybe it's
you're gonna be
me.
running equipment
Oh,
down
I
near,
see.
near the wetland, right? So a silt fence between your work area and the wetland. is
Okay.
probably- I think we'd like to see that.
Okay, I see.
Full width of the property?
Yeah, you said it's pretty steep, so you want to make sure you capture it.
Right.
Turn it up, and then show a detail of that silt fence,
Yeah.
buried 6 inches in the ground,
Okay.
wire
There's a
mesh.
standard detail, you can get it from the,
From the office.
the office.
And just for the record, there is a tree count. I apologize. I missed it. I was looking at the bigger picture.
Now, am I correct in assuming that, this brown line is the limit of is the property line?
Yep, is the property boundary.
Kind of,
Sure, sure,
what's the width?
right, yeah.
The green is the harvest area. That is the area where there's marked
So basically,
timber.
except for the wetland on this property, you're gonna be harvesting everything except in the wetland, right? Looks like that way.
No, the trees are marked selectively, so
No,
it's
no,
only-
but you're gonna be, all of the green area is everything except for the wetland. So you're gonna be taking trees from that green area. Now, I know you're not gonna take every single one.
Yeah, but we're not taking trees from these
Right,
two
okay.
areas here, because
Okay.
they're, there's
Okay.
no trees to get in those areas.
So you're taking a total of 227 trees.
Bob, what kind of trees are we talking about?
We're looking at tulip, red oak, hard maple, black oak, chestnut oak, soft maple, and white ash.
You might want to get a copy of our wetland inspector's report, okay? Bob read it, but you may want to get a copy from yourself from the office, okay? From the secretary.
I'm curious.
Yeah, he also wants to see presented on the USGS topo,
Can I ask him?
if possible.
That's
You
good.
should also,
Same thing.
you have to show the wetland
Oak and ash.
boundary on your map.
Oh, it's nice.
You need to show where the silt fence is gonna be on your
Poplar's
map.
not good.
Now, my question to you is, if I am here, my 100-foot buffer is here.
Absolutely.
You need to show
The
the
100-foot
100-foot
buffer
buffer.
is there.
Right, the
follows the
100-foot
same
buffer
contour.
is
He's
here.
well in,
He's
this
well in.
part of it is well with, even, he's probably, I don't know, we don't know what the scale is.
Yeah.
What's the scale? What's the scale?
0.3,
Okay.
Yeah, it's in-
You have to draw a 100-foot buffer line from the wetland,
Okay,
okay? It has to be on the plan.
and then we have to treat the area that you're working within that 100-foot buffer with kid gloves, right? Because I think after you're done, and this would be this is something for you to think about, and my suggestion is, I think when you're done in the 100-foot area buffer, you may want to throw down some wetland mix. You know what I'm saying, to kind of jumpstart the area to grow back, you know what I mean? Because you're gonna be ripping this up with I'm sure with
Equipment.
equipment.
In other words, what he's saying is, particularly in that 100-foot buffer from the wetlands, we'd like to see some sort of stabilization, vegetation to stabilize it. So think about how you want.
Or you're gonna
handle
go
that.
in on plywood, and so you're not gonna rip up the area, you know what I mean? You're gonna put tracks. I mean, these
Well,
machines
it's-
have big tire, yeah, I know,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the loggers, I know what,
The harvested equipment is on tracks, or you using chainsaw and a
chainsaw
bucket
and a
truck, or,
rubber-tired skidder,
okay?
oh, you're just gonna
like a
drag
big
them out.
tractor, yeah.
You'll drag out,
drag
you'll
it.
log it
It's gonna be
out.
one of those things that grab it, zzz.
Are you
No,
chipping
they'll be
the,
cutting it with a chainsaw.
you're gonna be chipping the limbs, or you,
No, they'll be diced up into pieces and left in the woods.
okay?
All right, so you have your work
Will
cut
be-
out for you. All right,
Did you write the 100-foot buffer on that?
yes, I did.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I lied. Does anybody else have any questions? Because if,
Is our
Yeah,
logging expert going out there?
I will make a
Look at the
request
site. to
to Rose, you're gonna have to make 2 appointments, or you can make 1 appointment at the same time.
could,
First one,
let me interrupt you. Let's wait to have Forrester go out there after he submits the plan.
I would like for him to go meet the forester,
Well, okay,
to go over the plan,
Okay,
have the forester and Dave meet him before he comes in, at least get them to
okay.
bless it,
Okay,
so that they can see the site and be happy with the selections they've made, and then he could submit the paperwork. So you're gonna set up 2 meetings. You're gonna set up a meeting with Dave Klotzel, our wetland inspector, and our forester, I don't know his name.
Doug Ramey.
Doug Ramey.
Doug Ramey.
He's also gonna have to recommend an escrow, and he's gonna have to submit that with the application for the forester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so right off the bat, you have, this has been harvested before, you gave us the inventory, he wants it in Latin, verify all.
It was
flag-
on here, I thought.
Show more detail on the map, show spill kit, show fueling plant, show staging area, silt fence, wetlands, can't read that handwriting.
Landing pad. you
Landing
mentioned.
pad, 100-foot
Detail.
buffer, mitigation. All right?
Now, will this, if I do those changes to this map, will that work for
If
you?
here's the thing, if you put a decent scale on this map, if you want to now just measure from here to here and put the scale in and give me some dimensions.
I know what to do.
Then from the edge to here for 100, then from here to 100, now we know from here to 100, you're like this. So we know this whole area is in the wetland. So you're gonna then show on this map, get another marker, and you're gonna show your silt fence going past the work area on both sides, right? Detail of the silt fence, right? And then because you say your green's the harvesting area,
Yeah.
and your blue is your trail. It's great showing it like this, but I mean, you kind of also have to have a title block, the location where you're doing, we have to have something that's a legitimate drawing. So you may want to just take the time and take your time and do it right.
is there a plan that was submitted with the deed? Because this seems like a very irregular piece. And besides meets and bounds, was there a plan for this particular?
What's the reason for the logging? Is there for future development or just for agricultural?
Just for agricultural, to
For logging?
get revenue for the
Okay.
landowner.
Right.
Understood, okay.
You may want to see if there was a plan, because it looks like it's irregular, and there may very well be a plan for it. That would be,
Well, here's the.
You mean like a
Same
later
map,
subdivision or something?
a surveyed plan.
Or if there's just any future development.
You have it, yeah. There's nothing in here. There's not even a deed.
The other thing is,
You also would need a deed.
Need the deed.
you should read the tree code,
Yeah.
Palm tree code, okay? Because, make sure that you're complying with that, too. It's online.
Give me back your stuff, guys.
Then I'll need, I'd have to come back, you have a meeting
We have
every
another
month,
meeting in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
First and third Thursday of the month.
You want these back? All we're asking for is as much detail as you can provide us so we can make an educated decision. All right? That's all.
And try to submit it a couple of days early so that we can make sure it gets on the agenda. See it.
This way we can review it ahead of time.
Yep.
Okay?
All right. How many copies of the site plan should I submit?
At least
4
5.
sets of everything, right?
4?
That's what
4 or
the-
5?
That's what the application requires, so
4 sets.
you can do 5.
So make all the sets, do one master plan, and then, give us copies of it. But it's gotta be a detailed plan, all right? What's your name again?
Claude Steele?
Todd Steele, all right?
Todd Steele, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good luck.
So no action on item number 3, right?
Right.
Okay, next is New York SMSA Limited Partnership, DBA Verizon Wireless, 946 to 954 South Lake Boulevard, co-locate a public utility wireless communications facility.
Wouldn't you have to come up in the center
You
over
have
here?
to talk in the center. Could you please,
Yeah, bring it over
you
here.
can bring it over here.
I believe knuckle boom was the term you were looking for earlier.
What?
Knuckle boom, I think is the term for the forest.
Skid steer,
What is it?
the skid
No,
steer.
he's using a tree cutting machine. A knuckle boom is is like a crane off of the back of a truck.
I was talking about you, Bob.
Listen, I've been called a lot of things, but I've never been called a knuckle boom.
Always a first.
There's always a first.
For everything, right?
So, my name is Ed Tiber. I'm here tonight on behalf of New York SMSA Limited Partnership doing business as Verizon
Just so the
Wireless.
mics catch you, just a
Yeah,
little
just come
closer.
up
Yeah,
closer.
come up closer to the mics.
I'm here from the law firm of Snyder and Snyder. And so Verizon Wireless is proposing to install antennas on the roof of 946 South Lake Boulevard in Mahopac as part of the town's public utility provision of the zoning code. All public utilities seeking site plan approval from the planning board must be referred to the Environmental Conservation Board. So under zoning code section 156-37, I believe, I'm here tonight to answer any questions you may have.
Sure, that's 15637, not 15638?
At 156-37,
Okay,
I
just
believe. And so at this time, I'd like to answer any questions you have. Also, we appeared before the planning board last night, and I believe the plans may have been changed. Yes, these are more slightly changed drawings. So on those sets of plans, the antennas were ballast mounted on the roof. Now they're going to be flush mounted to the parapet and painted to match the building to reduce visual impacts. So that's displayed, you see here.
What
So-
building is that?
It's the three-story in the
Yeah.
middle of,
Oh, it's right next to
It's right-
it's
yeah.
right, yeah.
the only building.
Yeah, right next
Oh,
to
he's
Cherry
not
Hill.
Well, it's not the only building, but
Yeah, but it's right there. It's the
tallest
Lupinacci
building.
building.
where's the 100 feet, though?
Where's the 100-foot, well, here's Kobu,
Yeah,
so
that looks
he's,
like more than 100.
He's more than 100
yeah,
feet.
he's more than 100. You gotta verify for us the distance from
From
where
the
you're
lake.
working from the lake to where you're working.
Okay, so this is a 500-foot radius.
There
Okay.
you go.
Here's the site. So I think we,
You have a scale on that? Is there a scale?
yeah,
Yeah, 1, 2,
down here, 200.
Show us what 200 is on that, if you could, on the actual chart.
Yeah.
Close enough.
0 to 200 is like a knuckle, so something like that.
Just,
Are there any streams in that area?
Well, he's under, he's well within 200. He's 200 feet, so he's fine.
I don't believe there are any streams in that area. I'm not familiar with any streams in that
He's
area.
in the he's in the center of town there.
Yeah.
The only thing is you got the park on the other side, up
No, that's
by the
even
other
further.
end. So, but that's all you have in terms of,
even further.
yeah, areas. of
How high
interest.
will the tower be?
We are not increasing the height of the building.
So it's mounted on the
Tower, this is not a
side?
tower.
Not-
This is
it's gonna
being
be
mounted on the
mounted on
existing
the-
On
building.
the, on the
So here's
building?
the existing building.
Where?
There's penthouses and chimneys.
Yeah.
And we're just mounting,
Oh,
flush
it's one of
mounting to the
those-
parapet.
One of
I
those.
got
So
it.
we're not increasing the height of anything.
Okay, what's the?
What is
how
that
high
device?
up-
It's on the outside, but it'll be painted to
How
match.
high up is the actual antennas going to be, do you know?
The top
From
of the,
gra-
the
from
top of the
floor?
proposed antenna is 36 feet.
36 feet.
Ed, show me on your, which building is it?
It's the Lupin.
It's the residential building in the center of town there?
It's right by the wash.
Here's Coburg.
That's a rear view, correct?
This is from, yes, this is from Route 6,
Yeah,
right, which is where the.
Rear of the
6
building?
end.
Is that the front of the building or the rear?
Building fronts both 6 and South Lake Boulevard, so,
What side is it going to be on, the South Lake or on the 6 side?
on 6.
On 6.
On Route 6.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't have, I don't think it's under our purview at this
No.
moment in time, because he's well outside the buffer of the lake. The only thing is, as you're doing work, just, be aware of any, environmental
Certainly.
issues that may arise, stuff that, you shouldn't be seeing on the side of a building or something, but I don't see anything how
I
it
don't
affects the ECB.
No. When I
Anybody?
first saw that, I thought that there was an issue, yeah.
So, I mean, do we have to vote on letting him go, or just send a letter to Rose? I'll just send a letter to Rose.
Yeah, that is outside the buffer.
It's outside the
Let's,
buffer.
let's vote to send a letter saying
Okay.
we see no problems.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna make a motion then to,
Inform the planning board?
to write a letter, to have Rose, the office secretary, write a letter to the planning board stating that
We reviewed the
we
plan.
reviewed the plans and no environmental impact is involved with these plans. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Ed made the motion, Vince second, all in favor. Okay, you're good.
Thank you very much. Have a nice night.
Thank you.
Hey, you want the, no, these go back in the plans.
I hope this improves our service.
You should.
Hey, yeah, it'll be Verizon.
Is there a reason why we haven't ordered?
I don't know.
All right, miscellaneous minutes.
Up to May, huh?
May 21st, the only ones that were not present were, who cannot vote are Anthony, Ed, and Nick. So do we have a motion to accept
So
the May
move.
21st
Second.
meeting? Made by Vince, seconded by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
The May 21st minutes are approved.
Aye, caught up.
All right? Is that? Nope.
No.
No,
No,
there's nothing else on the agenda.
that's it for the agenda.
The agenda's printed right over there if you wanna.
It's not that. We were told that we were on the agenda for the first.
Rose told you that?
Rose told you?
For tonight?
What was the issue?
What's,
Also at 859 South Lake Boulevard, deck replacement in kind.
Yeah, if you're not on the, you have to
we
wait
have
till
an
next.
application?
I don't have nothing, I have
The
nothing.
application was submitted 2 weeks ago.
Unfortunately, sir, I don't have a file. I don't have a file here or an application or anything that I can review. There's anything in the box?
No. Did you say it was the same, it's,
You know, because it's the same, it carries the same address, so I don't know if that's confusing.
That might have confused her, yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe
They're
it's
both 859 South Lake.
Hold on.
You mean the lakeside and also the house?
And they're side-by-side properties, but they
Okay.
carry the same address. For some
The
reason,
only,
I don't know why.
just for your information, the only check I have in here is from Basili. I'm gonna kill your name again, and I'm sorry.
That's what.
Please forgive me.
Basil.
You could, I'm sorry. And that's the only application I have.
Did you submit a check also in an application?
No, we were told not to.
Not to submit a check?
That's right. Because we didn't know whether it was gonna be a letter of permission or a letter of, whatever the other thing is.
All right, I don't have, unfortunately, I can't, I'd love to help you and have you come up here and present what you have, but I don't have, I have no file or anything on it.
well,
Have to
are
look
we
into
allowed
that.
to take a look at what he has? And just, we can't make a vote on it, but we can indicate if he
I
needs
don't even know if there
additional.
was an application or anything.
No, if
It's gotta
he
be
said he didn't have an
Same
application,
address.
because he's not sure if he needs a letter of permission or an application. If you're putting in a deck, you'll need an application.
Between a letter of permission and a letter of, I don't know what the other one, there's two things.
It's either a permit or a
Well,
letter
or an
of permission.
application, those are the two
Could
choices.
be a letter of maintenance.
The application for a letter of permission, I believe.
No, it doesn't,
No, that
that's not
doesn't
the way it works.
cover-
It's either,
I can't, I would love to help you, but I have no paperwork and,
So where do we go from here?
so let's just ask you a simple question. Are you building something? Are you replacing decking
We're
material?
replacing in kind. There's an existing deck there now. That is
Hey,
in
might as well-
disrepair.
you wanna just approach the,
Yeah,
come
why
up
don't
here
you,
and
why don't you
talk
step
this way,
up?
Approach the
they can
bench.
pick you.
This way, when you come back, you can know if you need an application.
You're right, that's exactly what I was gonna.
And off the bat, we apologize for any confusion.
Yeah, no, I mean, these things
Happens.
happen, I
So
understand
both
that.
properties
But
have the same
what's
address?
happening is,
State their names.
we-
State your names, please.
Edward Gersh,
Art Dialone, we're joint partners on this lake property.
Tom
And you
Casey,
are?
Tom Casey. The picture that you showed of the deck, the old deck,
That's his.
that was ours.
that wasn't their property.
That was his
property.
Ah.
And
Yeah,
the
see,
deck
like
is-
this-
deck is in disrepair and he wants to replace it.
Okay,
Oh, this is
Basically
what we're
separate.
talking
This is
about here.
separate from that, yeah.
this is separate and
Not
distinct.
They're
Yeah.
two-
Okay,
two the same,
For
right.
some crazy reason, it carries the same address. I don't know why.
okay, well, here, just right off the bat, just for your information, okay? You have to give us a little more information
Well-
than just the site, oh, he's here, you're here again?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not on the agenda, this is information.
Yeah, this information.
This is information.
So, kind of the same information we gave
For the
your
basis.
previous account.
Client.
Paisley, thank you. For some reason, it's gonna kill me the rest of the night. Similar to what we're doing here. Now, if you're just changing the deck in kind, show what you're doing, show the required protection that you're doing. If it's in kind, figure out the square footage. If you're not increasing it, okay, kind of look at maybe what you can do to mitigate some of the, over the years, it's been blocking for the wetlands, for the mitigation. Just look at that, similar to this. If it's just, you're not digging, you're not putting new posts, you're just refacing.
They're all previously planted,
Okay,
So,
the
and
question that you wanted was whether it was a letter of permission or whether.
a letter of maintenance, or?
No, there's no such thing.
Well, I don't know,
We,
okay.
we sometimes call it a letter of maintenance, but there's no
okay.
such thing, it's a letter of permission. It's a letter of permission or a permit. Are you gonna be removing the entire deck?
Yeah.
Just the top,
We're
probably,
gonna take
yes.
all of the structure out except for the footings and posts.
The footage and posts, okay.
Okay, so just work up a sequence of operations, what you're planning to do.
Photographs.
Photographs are always key. Show a boom in the lake, if you need silt fence, show that as well. The type of material you're putting down on the deck, what you're replacing, and a note, all work will be done hand dug, hand work, no machines, and, as much information that we can make a judgment. If it's just a swap out, maybe as simple as a letter of permission,
There's
okay?
no,
There's a difference
not
between.
expanding it.
Yeah.
No, everything is staying the same.
So,
Everything's staying the same size.
It's just that it's in disrepair. That's-
again, same thing with the tax map, show a plan view of where it is,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
You just go through your list and.
Need a title?
We'll do that.
Title, you need your title,
The deed.
the
No, the
deed.
deed is in the application,
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, good.
Then don't worry about it.
wherever that may be.
All right. Sorry, guys, but that's the best we can help you with right now. All right?
The 15th.
We'll take care of it.
It should
2
be.
weeks, 50.
It should be.
All right.
Yeah,
All right?
I'll be in Brussels.
okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good night, everybody. It is 8:30 town time.
28.
8:28. Good night.